What is going on, guys? I am Rob with Rob's Man Cave, and we are here today to introduce the product that drove me to open up my website. That's robsoutdoors.com, R-O-B-Z Outdoors. I've been working on the Mod Archer Pro for about 8 or 9 months now, and just released it July 25th, 2025. But I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on all of the features, what everything was intended for, and all of the add-ons that you can purchase with it. So when you first get the Mod Archer Pro, you're going to notice a few features right off the bat. One, all of these are inserted into the tray. This is designed this way to pack up nice and neat when you're done building your arrows. You can pack everything up and put it up out of the way. So we'll start with the rack mod. It's going to come with 12 of each, sizes 1 through 6, and this is going to accommodate for most arrow sizes and will allow you to select which size is best for your arrow setup. Size number 5 will come installed into the tray. These come out really easily and go in just as easy. So when you take the rack mod out, you will notice on the bottom is a bunch of clips, and I will get to that in just a second. So next up is the Fletch mod, and this is going to be a way to stage your vanes. That's enough to do 3 arrows of 3 fletch. And on one side here, inside the groove, you'll see that it is angled. This allows you to stick your vane in with the back of the arrow away from the slant, and it will stop in the back. You can put all your vanes in here for your first 3 arrows, prime them all, get them all prepped, and then once you're ready to use them, you just slide it out the back and it uses that ramp so you don't touch the surface of your vane there. Next is going to be the parts mod, and this is going to be just a tray for random parts and stuff. You can put it anywhere you want. But inside of that is the wrench mod, which is going to be a broadhead tool so you can put on your broadheads and tighten them up. Gives you a good grip, good solid grip to twist it on. Now this tray is dirty. I've used this a lot, so don't pay any attention to that. Now I've obviously, based on the flag, designed this to be oriented to the person using it as it is to the camera. So you are the person using it, so of course the flag will be oriented correctly, but you can also use it any way you want. So we're going to keep it oriented to the camera. Now we've taken all of these trays out, and you can see they're just kind of wherever we put them, right? Well, if you flip it over, you will see not only does it have rubber feet on everything, but it has these connection points all the way around it. So that's where these clips mentioned earlier come into play. Whenever you get your tray, you will get a small flathead screwdriver and these little slots here. Just slip it in there, pull them out. You just pull out how many ever you need, and what I suggest is if you're going to attach this to your tray, pull out all of them on one side first. That way you can use these slots to attach it to the tray. So now I've got all of my clips out. I'm ready to set up my workstation. And so I like to keep the rack mod in the very back. That way when I get done with an arrow, all I've got to do is stand it up in one of the holes and let it dry. The parts mod, I like to keep it right here on the left hand side. And the Fletch mod will go right here on this side. And my fletching jig will be right here in front of me, so I can work on my jig, have my vanes here, and plenty of room for all of my small miscellaneous parts and finished arrows here in the back. While you could use it just like this without using the clips, I'm going to show you guys how to use the clips. So this is actually my second design of the clips. They are very tough, and they're made out of a flexible material, so you don't have to worry about them breaking if you decide to pick up the whole tray with everything connected. Now I don't recommend, if you're using a heavy jig like the Bitzenburger, not to pick that up with the tray. Something that heavy may actually warp your clip, so if you plan on moving it, just take your jig off the tray. So we'll start with the Fletch mod. We'll go ahead and put 2 clips in. I do recommend putting at least 2 clips in each piece unless you have the option for more, and then I would put 3. Okay, here's a good example of the third. Put 1 on each side. You hear that nice crisp snap. So now what you do is you just take them, snap them into your tray. Now you're ready to start building some arrows, and your workstation can be picked up and just moved just like that. So I realized that I had it upside down and was still putting it in the orientation for myself. So I flipped the tray around, so this is what it would look like to you once you get it all assembled. So just for demonstration purposes, I have this set up exactly how I use it with all of my pieces parts in there. And something I didn't mention earlier, that I do have 2 slots, one on each side, for a Sharpie or a pencil or your primer pen. The other thing I didn't mention was the knock tool here, and this fits your knock, so you can twist your knock whichever way you need to twist it. So now let's talk about all the add-ons that we have available right now that you can purchase with the Mod Archer Pro to make your system more efficient. So we have jig adapters available for 2 of the most popular, in my opinion, jigs out there. And we're going to start with the Arizona E-Z Fletch. This is the E-Z E-Z Mod, and it works just like everything else does. It's got 2 clip ports there. Clip it to your tray wherever you want it. So this is going to allow you to rest your Arizona E-Z Fletch right here. And if you would rather work with your hands, you can work with it, do whatever you need to do with your arrow. And when it's drying, you can sit it on there and let it rest. Now, if you like to use 2 Arizona E-Z Fletches at one time, I do have an E-Z E-Z Duo Mod, which is going to allow you to use 2 Arizona E-Z Fletches. Now, it would be a little bit more cumbersome to try to work with these in place because of the arms, but you can have one sitting in place, working with the other one in your hand, set it down to dry, pick up your next one, get your next arrow ready, put it back to dry, and by the time you get done with that one, this one's going to be dry, and then you can just keep going back and forth between fletch jigs. Now, if you're a speed demon and you can run through these like nobody's business, I also have an E-Z E-Z Trio Mod, and this is going to allow you to use 3 Arizona E-Z Fletches at one time. And so this is going to have all your ports on the back, and it's going to clip to your system exactly like everything else. So the glory of all of these parts having these clip receptacles here means it has infinite arrangeability, which means you can arrange this in literally any fashion that you see fit. So our second option for a jig is going to be the Bitzenburger, and unfortunately I don't have the Bitzenburger right now. It's at my buddy's house, but this is the Bits Mod, and you can see here it has 4 thumb screws, and it has both of the size Allen wrenches that you will need for the Bitzenburger, as well as a magnetic holder there, so you don't have to worry about Allen wrenches falling out. So anyone that owns a Bitzenburger knows that the bracket that it sits on is L-shaped, and you can see that reflected here. And so you'll take these thumb screws out, and you'll notice a line here across that shows an orientation for this. And also, just to mention, this does have brass threaded inserts there, but you will insert your jig into this side right here, and with your L shape on the end towards the Bits Mod, and then you will stick this back in there and line up your lines there, put all your screws back in, tighten everything down, and then now you have not only a way to attach your jig to your system, but you can use this as a standalone jig base because number one, the bottom of the Bitzenburger is very sharp and can wind up scratching your table or wherever you're working. Not only will this protect your work surface, but it also gives it a more stable base for the jig. You have your rubber feet on there, and it is much wider than the jig base itself. Again, you can attach this to the Mod Archer Pro system in any way you like, because it has 3 on each side and 2 on this end, so you can put it here, you can put it here, or if you're a lefty and you like for your jig to be facing this way, and I'm going to put up some pictures of what the jig looks like inside of it. I'll put those in here now. You know, you can literally put this thing just about anywhere on this. Personally, I like it right here where the jig is facing this way and my arrow is up at an angle. So you'll also notice that there's this extra piece here, and what this is an adapter for threaded crossbow nocks, and this is an 832 screw, and so this screws into the back of your nock, and then this will go right to your Bitzenburger jig. So that gives you a nice clean way to store that. Our next accessory is going to be the spin mod, and what this is a way for you to spin test your arrows. So it also has rubber feet on the bottom and a clip receptacle. So you put your clip in there just like you do everything else. And you have options here. And this is the glory again about these receptacles being on everything on here. If you like your contact points on your spinner to be closer together, you can put it on each side of the tray like so. Then you can stick your arrow on there, give it a spin. Or if you want them to be spread more apart, you can put them out here like so. And it works just as good. So I don't really have a very good storage solution for these, so if you do purchase these, what I do recommend is just leave your clips in there and stick it on the side of the tray like so, and then when you pack everything up into their slots, those stay real tight up to it and you don't have to worry about losing them. So this is just as easy to disassemble as it is to assemble. You just flip it over, pop your clips out, and within just a few seconds you are ready to put everything away. I do recommend storing your clips in the back of the tray. The reason behind this is if you just throw them in a bag and you throw stuff on top of them and they sit all crunched up for a period of time, they may, be distorted whenever you pull them out to use them the next time. What this is going to do is keep them exactly like they're supposed to be. You don't have to worry about losing them, and they'll be right and ready for you the next time you start your build. So as of right now, we offer the Mod Archer Pro and all the add-ons in 2 different colors. It's going to be the tan and black, as well as the green and tan that you can see here. And we do plan on doing other colors in the future, as well as some other customization options. And as we get feedback rolling in from customers, I do fully intend on making updates to all the pieces parts. And when I do, I will make them available to purchase individually on the website. So you can find the Mod Archer Pro on my website. That's Rob's Outdoors, ROBZ outdoors.com. There's also a handful of other products that I will be doing videos on coming up here real soon. So if you guys have any questions, you can use the contact us form on my website, or you can scroll all the way to the bottom and my email is listed there. Feel free to contact me via email. Head on over to the website and check it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Be sure to check me out. Give me a follow on all my socials. That's going to be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time in Rob's Man Cave.